it's fun, and that's what this hobby's about.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And Luka will see you in the next video.
Absolutely. Probably about 10 years ago, I bought a. Sorry, everyone.
In fact, I loaned one of these to Rick Salvino when he was working on his Formula One car, and I said, "Yeah, can I get that back?" No, you're not getting it back.
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work, isn't it?
It is. It is. I had no idea. I wish you'd have told me.
I tried. You wouldn't listen to me. I was grabbing it.
Yeah, I watched your build on that Mustang to see what kind of pitfalls were going to come in. So.
Didn't really have any.
No, that's what I thought. I'm getting it.
Yeah, it's like a Ferrari. Oh, is that what's that there? A Ferrari there? Or?
Greg, have you got a good eye? You have got an awesome eye. 330.
Oh, it looks good in front of dog white.
I could come in here and probably, paint a body and go, oh shit, I got fish eyes in this thing. Yeah, you know what? I'll carry it out to the old purple pond, drop it off into it, and I'll go and pull another kit, and I'll go, well, let's try this.
Exactly. What is that, like the fishing thing? Your worst day model building is better than your best day at work, right? That's it.
It's so true.
That was something that when I started watching your videos, I really liked your personality. I mean, you don't know nothing about Ed Roth, so you really, at this point, it's time to, back off, I think. But
well, I'm ignorant. I'm just so ignorant.
That's right, you're ignorant. Then you go Hollywood.
It's a good forum to do that, and to talk models, any type of models. I just like talking styrene, period.
Yeah, we like it. We're addicted. Okay, now I'm ready to blow my face off. Hey there, fellow model car modelers. How are you doing the day after Christmas? I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. I wasn't going to do a video today, but I just read something on the Luka Cee Model Car Hobby Headquarters Facebook group. If you're not on, you should join. And if you do join, make sure you fill out all 3 questions properly. Don't be a smart and say, I agree to the admin rules, and you will get on. If you're not doing that right, you're not getting on. We are very strict because we keep that group tight. We don't want any screwing around down there. If you don't follow the instructions, and we get a lot of spammers wanting to get on. So we're tough. So I'm just letting you all know, but I'm going to get back to what I want to talk about. Check this out. This was posted today, or something, probably very, very, very much today. Yeah, at this point in time, I think it looks like 28 minutes ago, this was posted on my Facebook group. That's what's great about the Facebook group. There's so much information, and this guy, immediately, even before I said anything, and I got more to say, it's just easier to make a video on it. You got a bunch of people going bam, 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 and giving, like, very good advice, and there's no battles. Because we don't allow battles, and we don't allow jerk. You're gone. 1 strike rule. You are a jerk on this group. You are escorted out the building, and it will be locked behind you, and you'll never come back again. Don't ask. That's how we roll. Anyways, I wanted to get that out since this is one of my blowing my face off vlog. It's something I want to let you know because I get a lot of people.
Why am I not getting on?
Why do I have to answer these stupid questions?
Well, you say that to me, you're never getting on. I'll just warn you about that. And if you want to just go yes, yes, or give a smart ass answer, not letting you on. It's just how it rolls. Because I got to figure you're probably going to be, a jerk to other people. I got to assume that because we're keeping it safe. There's a lot of people wanting on. Anyways, back to what I was talking about. Let's read this. All right, this is from Eric Terry. This is a really good question. It's about paint, and usually I stay away from paint, and lots of times it seems like paint stuff really activates people, gets people angry, and there's opinions about paint. Well, I'm going to give my opinion, which is the correct one, so here we go. Damn! For the 2K users, the paint guy at my local Sherwin-Williams, well, first, that was a mistake. I got a Sherwin-Williams automotive paint store down the street. I don't bother going into it because the guys there, they make my brain hurt so much, and their prices are absolutely ferric because they don't want walk-in customers. I'm just going on. So stay away from Sherwin-Williams. I don't know if they're all like this, but the one by me in Phoenix sucks so much. They ask like $47 for something that usually is $20. Just to give you an idea, they literally double up, but that's not what they sell it for. That's the price they will, and they'll sell it to you if you walk in. You know, they look at me, they see some schmo and whatever, which I am. I know what I'm doing, and don't play me off as some regular guy off the street that wants to try to spray paint his car or whatever, man, and then try to sell it to me a lot because you only want to sell to professionals. Good luck with that. Great business model. There's my rant about that Sherwin-Williams. Anyways, I keep, man, off the rails again, over that cliff. Whew. So, with that being said, that was the first mistake. Don't talk to Sherwin-Williams guys. Don't even walk into the stores. But if it's the only one you got, oh well. Hopefully they're not screwing you over there, Eric. Anyways, back to it. Sherwin-Williams swears that 2K over anything but urethane base coat will cause blistering and pulling. Now, I've seen hundreds of folks lay 2K down over everything from craft paint to lacquers. I was under the impression that 2K is fairly mild compared to some of the hotter lacquers. Luka's going to straighten everybody out on this whole thing. Not saying he's wrong. He's wrong. He's right, actually. Actually, he's right, but he's wrong. He's an idiot, though. Or trained to be a robot, doesn't really know. More likely, he probably never painted a car in his life. Not saying he's wrong. He would know products. I'll shut up. I guess I'll have to shoot some spoons with test colors and clear them to see. Well, that's a very good idea, but let me tell you something. And I already post on there and post my beautiful Firebird right here that was painted with Tamiya TS51 Racing Blue out of the rattle can, then cleared with PPG Global, which probably is like the best automotive product out there, painting PPG. All the way. At the time when I painted that car, I was working at a professional custom paint shop, being trained by the greatest painter that ever lived. I've talked about him before, I'm not going to get into it. One thing he told me long ago is, you can put this stuff over anything. Anyways, I'm going to give you the whole lowdown. Blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. Whatever clear, even the Sherwin-Williams crap. I had a big jug of that and used it on a lot of models for a long time. Then when I worked at this one place, I used to pinch a little off of, because it was a custom place. We used nothing but PPG Global. It was what we had. I'd go on my spray booth and I wasn't the painter, but I had my own spray booth, but it was where I primer things. I was the prepper. I primed and prepped. Anyway, I'll tell you what. Go to the paint stores. Trust me, guys. Get these. Follow the instructions. Learn about what all these lines are. Maybe Luka Cee will do a video on this one day. This is really, really, really a very, very helpful tool if you want to mess around with what everybody calls 2K. Heck, I don't know where that came from. I guess it's I don't know. 2K. That's not what I call it. Well, we always called it back in the olden days. Back when I was young, in my 40s, we called it polyurethane. That's what it is. Polyurethane. So you want to get for your polyurethane / 2K stuff, it's really important. These lines are so freaking important. Anytime you can get a data sheet on the product you're using, get the data sheet. It's very important. So many people have fails because they don't follow the instructions or they skip a step. This is so important to all this, okay? You're painting these models, you're having disasters when you use this stuff. You believe me, I hate to say this, I'm going to get yelled at, but it's you. It's not the product. You're doing it wrong. This stuff is sensitive and you got to be on the money. That's why, again, later on, I'm not going to get into why and what all this means, but it's pretty easy if you read data sheets and even read the can. You'll know what all these lines are, and it'll give you the exact proper ratios to mix this stuff. Don't deviate a cent from it, and you will have a good time. The small cups, I mean, you can do very small amounts. It works really well. Don't try to voodoo mix it. Don't try to, I'm going to put a little bit more thinner, which it's not thinner. It's reducer. There is a difference. You are not wanting to thin that stuff out a little more to work through your airbrush. You want to run, the largest tip airbrush as you can, because this model right here was shot with airbrush, and that again has Tamiya under it. The Firebird that I showed earlier, what the heck. That I actually shot with a full gun, the clear that is, because I did it at work during lunch. And I also spent a stint managing a paint store that we sold a lot of products besides just PPG. PPG was our main line. So I do have a bit of knowledge on here. I'm just saying, helping you out. So with that, now polyurethane, and I'm going to call it, I guess for you guys, it's 2K. I'm going to continue. So if I say polyurethane, it's the same thing. Polyurethane, 2K, it's all the same. So your 2K clears, whatever you use, it doesn't matter brand, it doesn't matter. I'm going to say a couple things, but I advise against it. It's all the same chemistry. They just do things a little different, or it's how much UV is put into, or the globe. If you take like PPG products, you have top lines global, bottom lines Omni. I'll use Omni all day long on models. I will never put Omni, and I'm just talking the clear, I will never put Omni on one of my vehicles. I have a car rotting away in my garage right now. The paint is blistering off and it stays in my garage. That's Omni junk. Now, one thing that this guy said is you have to use basically the base coat clear coat system in order for the clear to work. Slightly true, but not really. Actually, I advise you guys as model car builders, because you're not a professional painter and you're gonna mess it up. You're going to. More than likely, you will mess things up. It's not what you do for a living. And it's nothing that you're a dum-dum. I'm not saying that. I mean, I mess them up because I wasn't a proficient painter. I was a paint prepper, and then I worked at stores. Actually, I'm a terrible car. I've painted 2 or 3 cars in my life, and all 3 of them were horrific. I will admit it, and I will never paint a car ever. I will get somebody else to do it. With that said, the thing about the base coat, clear coat, and I would go back to all the products. You can actually interchange products. Like if you happen to have some Nason base coat and you have Sherwin-Williams garbage clear, or you have Omni clear, whatever clear, 2K clear, we're talking the polyurethane 2K clear. That's all we're talking about. Not messing with lacquers or nothing. You can mix those. You can even reduce if you have like a can of Omni and you have a can of Nason reducer or Sherwin-Williams reducer. You can mix them, but you're not hearing it from me. There's a slight possibility you could have a little problem there. It's best advised never to, swap over product lines. Try to stay at least just use PPG product, just use Nason, just use DuPont. Try to keep them together, but if you have no choice, you can do it. I've done it. It'll be okay. The chemistry is all the same. The whole idea of the base coat clear coat, what this guy at Sherwin-Williams was saying, where he's kind of right, is base coat and the clear coat with the 2K polyurethane base coat clear coat. They are designed to function together. And there is a window of time that you cannot mess up. Seconds you can't mess it up. Well, minutes maybe. But you cannot mess that up. It will wreck your paint job. What I mean by that is, let's say you're using that product. If you choose to paint your model, this goes for real car, your model, read the instructions. You paint with base coat. You're using base coat, and now you're going to clear it. Don't shoot your color, and we all do this, and set it off to the side and wait a couple days to do your clear. Today I'm not going to do my... You can't do that with that stuff. Once you put the base coat on, you have to read. There is like a matter of hours or so that you need to put the clear on, because they activate together and chemically bond. Because the word drying, take it out of your vocabulary when you're talking about polyurethanes. They do not dry. They harden. Chemically harden. It's a chemical activation that you do. That's why it only has a shelf life. Once you mix it together, you can't keep it. It won't stay. Base coat, you can get away with it for a while. I have some base coats that are reduced that I keep them very sealed, and if air doesn't get to them, those can kind of keep for a while, but the clear, never. I don't care how much you tighten it up. That stuff will set up. And then you have to do whatever it says. It's usually like 10 minutes in between coats. You cannot veer from that. You just can't. And what you're going to get is something that this guy mentioned. The blistering, or what the proper terminology in the paint world is called delamination. Your layers of material will not bond together, and what you will get is a delamination, which means there will be space between your clear and your base coat. And that will happen to you if you don't properly do things in the right amount of time between your base coat, clear coat. If you're going to be using any other paints like Tamiya, this 2K clear, especially the higher end stuff like the PPG Global, you can put this on anything and it's going to work. It's not going to react. There is just about any paint. I really highly doubt you're going to, not saying that it won't, Not saying that it won't, but you're pretty safe. I have done it on the Tamiya colors. I have done it with the cheapest hardware, flat black, and made a beautiful clear finish. And friends of mine have done it. You can paint over. I'm going to do it with craft paint. I found craft paint. It's the only where I found the exact color I wanted without having to go have it mixed at the paint store. I don't want to bother with that. And I'm going to shoot my polyurethane /2K over that. It'll work. You have a little bit more of a leeway if you're using other paints because they're not designed to react together. You won't get the delamination, but it's definitely something you wouldn't want to do on a real car because it won't be able to take the abuse.
You're watching the Luka Cee channel on YouTube.
And then you can let your Tamiya sit. You don't have to hurry up and put the clear on. That's the nice thing about if you're using other paints. You're not subject to this thing, you've got this time, you better put it on there because the 2K clear will cover and it won't delaminate off of other paints. And as long as it's clear, clean, and scuffed probably with like 4,000, 5,000 grit. I wouldn't scuff it too heavy, your base coat, and be real careful if it's a metallic, because when you sand on metallics, it's always probably very lightly scuff it. You start sanding, you start bringing metallics to the surface, and it messes with the color. That's why you can't really buff metallics. You should put clear over and then buff the clear. So you're not going to have those issues. Not that it won't happen, just always be aware, but if you do everything properly to the instructions of shooting your 2K clear, and I'm going to be really, really hot on this, do not do it in your house. Even if you have a spray booth, try to block off the area you're painting where you're in, because that stuff, that is a very harsh, heavy material, and it gets over everything, and it's not a dust. It bonds to everything. It will fall on. If it gets on your car, you'll have a rough surface on your car because it'll be like a dusting of sand that won't come off. You'd have to have your car polished up, and hopefully it didn't embed into your clear, because it will do that. It can go to old clear and embed into it. So you want to have a nice close off area, and by all means have proper safety equipment on. Get a good mask with the thing and make sure they're up to date. Not a paper mask. Wear a real respirator. If you can get the whole, I'm quite honest, I mean, if you don't want your skin exposed because your skin absorbs that stuff. We're model guys, we're not shooting it a lot. We can get away from it. Quite honestly, that's why there's a lot of people that say don't use it, it's dangerous, because it is. It's very dangerous. So I'm going to really point that out. Shooting 2K clear is very dangerous, so please be careful. All means though, whatever you do, don't breathe that stuff. Don't shoot without a mask or just a paper mask. Please don't. Alright, I hope that really settles it all. So now you know how that paint all works, what that guy was kind of saying, and he kind of has to, but he doesn't know. He's doing what he's trained. It's just fun to bash on them. Fun to bash, what can I say? Go get your 2K clear, use it on your models, put it on Tamiya. I loved using it because Tamiya has such great colors, but all the paints, and it doesn't matter, lacquers, but do tests on the spoons. It's a great idea, but I'm pretty sure you're going to have a 90. If you do everything right, you're going to have a 99% success rate on this. I'm an absolute moron, and I was able to do this, and this, and this, and I'm a freaking idiot. Stop agreeing. I say, oh, fine. All right, that's it. I spewed, ran my mouth. This went way longer than I wanted it to. I'm probably going to be cutting it up, but I hope I got the information out there. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your holiday. We got New Year's coming up. I'll try to squeeze out a couple more videos. I got a really cool podcast coming. Hope to have it up by Friday. You guys are going to want to watch this on podcast. This one is a good one, a really good one. You'll find it very interesting, and there are some interesting little secrets told about things that happened in the past inside the model kit industry. It's pretty cool stories. You're going to like it from someone who knows. We'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching, and you know what we say here. This is me, Luka Cee. Keep gluing those fingers together and keep cutting that styrene. And we'll see you in the next video. And I just put up a really cool short. Tried that out. Check that out. It's Felix and his new buddy Crouchy. Oh, jeez. Just funny. Funny. It's just funny. Go check it out. And I'll start doing those short things. It's experiment, so whatever. Anyways, we'll see y'all. Here's our producers.